This message is not only a somber warning, it's also good news. I'm not God. Your Soul, a podcast of Madison Christian Church, Madison, Tennessee. We're talking about your soul. I'm Ted. Letter 10, a very serious warning. This series is about you. Please don't think that means that you or I are the most important figure. You're not the first. You're not the most important. Neither am I. We all have to learn this. It is a painful lesson we have to relearn all our lives. Most things are not about you. Even your own life and death are not about yourself. For none of us lives to himself, and none of us dies to himself. For if we live to the Lord. And if we die to the Lord. So then, whether we live or whether we die, we are the Lord's. That's from Romans 14, verses 7 and 8. It's not about other people either. Most humanism is simply pride at the species level instead of the individual level. The most important being is God. You and I are not God. We are not even like a god or goddess. The lie that says you are like a god goes all the way back to Genesis 3, which you should reread if you're not familiar with it. You are valuable because you are the creation and image of God. That puts the focus on Him, not on you or me. People who live in worthwhile ways are usually not focused on themselves. You don't want to think about yourself too much. You might end up doing that if you misunderstood the purpose of this series. Now, we must spend some time studying ourselves. But remember, when Adam and Eve learned about themselves, when they gained knowledge, they found out they were naked, and they felt ashamed. See Genesis 3:7. They tried inadequately to cover themselves. Can you imagine trying to sew leaves together for clothing? Ridiculous. What they needed was in the next verse. God came to them, verse 8, and started fixing things. He hinted at an ultimate redemption in verse 15. Then God covered their shame. That's what we need. We're waiting to see Jesus. When we see him face to face, everything will be better. So the purpose is not to fixate on yourself. There's a lot of harm and foolishness in that. But for you to learn how to operate yourself. A lot of this series is about making ourselves stronger, brighter, healthier. Your soul is meant to learn, grow, progress. But that doesn't mean our benefit ought to be the focus. We get stronger for a purpose, not just for our own pleasures. We are the tools to be used, not the reason for our own existence. This message is not only a somber warning, it's also good news. I'm not God. I don't have the ability or responsibility to make the universe work. When circumstances go crazy, I usually don't have to fix anything. Running the world is not my problem or yours. God can be well trusted to take care of it. I look forward to speaking with you next time.